Hi guys, welcome to the TCL Global Podcast. I'm your host Prabhat Miraj, and today we have a wonderful guest from our Bangladesh office. It is Miss Romana Rahman. She is the team lead of partnerships in South Asia, and she is going to tell us all about the SOP guidelines, or known as Statement of Purpose, on just how to write a good SOP for UK universities and just every detail you need to know. So why don't you introduce yourself first, Ms. Romana?
Well, thank you for giving me this chance. I'm excited to discuss SOP guidelines for UK universities. So first of all, the statement of purpose is often abbreviated as SOP, is a personally state the application submit as a part of their university application. So it's a critical component as it allows candidates to showcase their motivation, academic background, future aspirations, and why they are the right fit for the chosen program. So universities use SOPs to assess applicants beyond their academic qualifications, giving a more historic and view of the candidate.
Very nice. So you've told us what, an SOP is, and I think if, say, I'm a student, it seems like the biggest challenge because you don't know how to start. Most people have never written anything like an SOP before. You don't know exactly what the university is looking for. Is it an essay? What is it? But like you said, it's they want to know. Basically, in simple terms, the university wants to know why are you coming here, or why do you want us? Like, why is this a great learning opportunity? So why don't you maybe share more details about like the guidelines or the structure? I say I am a student or an aspiring student. I want to write an SOP. So how would you guide me?
Well, generally SOPs should follow a standard structure and be around its 500 to 1000 words in length. The content should be clear, concise, and well organized. The following structure is commonly recommended, like introduction, academic background, motivation, professional goals, experience and skills, fit for the university, and conclusion. So all these things should be structurized in the SOP and should be mentioned clearly so that the professor, those basically are assess the personal statement, they can take a decision by reading the SOP actually.
Right. So some things are more simple, like introduction or conclusion. Maybe what do you think people should mention about themselves? What don't it should be? Should it be more formal? Should it be more informal? What's the approach they should have, or the mindset when sort of writing it?
Well, it should be formal because everyone basically accepts the formal one, because if you are going to submit an application at the university level, so at that stage you need to prove yourself. So obviously you should be professional in that case. So the statement should be formal. Okay. And there is also some do's and don'ts basically follows whenever we going to write or going to help the students, because these things should be written or these things should be prohibited in the SOP. So that is how we basically suggest or assist our students.
Okay, so maybe we can talk about the do's and don'ts. Maybe you can tell me some do's first, and then we can move on to the don'ts.
Yeah, sure. So basically the do's part is the share anecdotes, facts and figures, and take help from the internet, like browsing the website, university website basically, and the course page. So in the course page, basically lots of information already available there. So students just need to grab the information from the websites and the course page. So that will be helpful for the student to write a genuine SOP. Because in course page, all things are mentioned clearly. Okay, and there is some don't part, like students shouldn't be do like this like lie to create an interest. Like sometimes students are creating to create impression, they just create a lie and too much information which is not relevant, so it should be prohibited, and copy or plagiarism content should be prohibited. Because if university found any sort of plagiarism in the SOP, so that should be a cause of a refusal, so it should be prohibited.
Right. And I think people should realize like there's no need to really lie in the sense that, or no need to copy anything, because the university, the admission criteria is interested in knowing like who you are and why you want to come to that university. And I think that is the confusion people have. They think they have to impress the admission committee, but in reality, yes, you have to prove yourself, but you don't have to lie to impress or anything. You just have to show them, like you said, that check the website, really understand what the course is, understand the university as much as you can, and then write about why you feel like you want to be there, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, but I still think there's a bit of confusion with the motivation thing, because oftentimes students will come and say like, what do I say for the motivation? Because it seems like it's very straightforward, right? Motivation is to go study at the university. So maybe any suggestions or recommendations for like how they can find or write the motivation part?
Writing an SOP, a student can indeed be challenging, but remember that it's the student's chance to stand out and tell their unique story. So, taking a time to brainstorming and outline the points and seek feedback from the teachers, mentors, or the friends. So, be genuine in that case, and students' passion shine through the writing. So, with this dedication and effort, student can craft a compelling SOP that captures the attention of admission committees.
Okay, so I think what you said, unique, right? I think that's an important word. Everyone is unique, and people should not feel threatened or intimidated to be some way or a different person. Their unique story, they may not think is special, but people check on the admission committee might think it is, so they should just really represent themselves.
Yes.
Yeah, so you gave us a lot of wonderful details. Thank you so much. I just want to know, like, is there any other particular advice you think maybe we're missing, or that students really should know when writing their SOPs?
Okay, basically in SOP, students should follow the paragraph criteria, because whenever we have received SOPs from the students, we received several kind of SOPs structure which is not actually appropriate. So as I already mentioned, that there is a structure, standard structure should be there. So paragraph should be mentioned here, like the structure wise, like introduction, and why this university, why this course, why this university, this sort of things should be mentioned sequence wise. So that will be easier for the professor to assess the SOP and making a decision. So it will be wise if a student maintain all the criteria accordingly and fulfill all the relevant information, those basically wanted by a professor to assess the file.
Okay, so you're saying just be as clear as possible, and mention all the whys basically.
Yes.
And to mention the whys, I think you cannot just suddenly, I think this is an important thing to say, you can't suddenly sit down and write the perfect SOP. It's okay,
Yes.
There's a lot of edits, there's counselors to help you fix and edit it and things like that. And then eventually it does become the perfect SOP for someone. And also, I think, like I said, people should take the time to really understand what is your why, because the more you understand why you want to go to the university, automatically the SOP is going to be better, right? And you had wonderful insight. I think I just want to thank you for coming on here and telling us all like this. That is very useful and very clear, honestly. So thank you so much, Ms. Romana Rahman, for joining us, and it was just lovely talking to you.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure to be here and as a students in their academic pursuits.
Thank you so much for watching this episode. Remember to subscribe to our channel to stay tuned for more episodes and meet amazing people in the education industry. Also, leave reviews and comments so that we can improve for you. And also follow our Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram for more study abroad content.